What is up, guys? Happy Friday. This week we are all doing the gender tag, which was created by Ashley Wild, and it consists of 10 questions relating to gender identity and gender expression and all that stuff. So I wrote them down on this note card in very fine handwriting. So without further ado, let's get to it. Question 1 is, how do you self-identify your gender, and what does that definition mean to you? I personally identify as male. I don't really like to identify as transmasculine because that sort of implies like the trans part in me, which I'm not like by any means ashamed of. But if someone's gonna ask me what my gender is, I'm gonna say male and not say transmasculine, because I want to be perceived as male and not as someone that was once female and is now male. Question 2, what pronouns honor you? Obviously male pronouns, he, him, his. Yeah, that's the short answer to that question. Describe the style of clothing you most often wear. Okay, this is kind of a loaded question, but style for me kind of changes, but if I were to answer this question in a short little anecdote, I would say it is masculine clothing. I've always kind of worn masculine clothing even before I identified as trans. So I don't know, the clothes that I wear khakis a lot, sweatshirts, crew necks, t-shirts, whatever. The last time I wore a dress was my third grade recorder concert, and that was before I got my hair cut and, before I started questioning my gender. So, that's that. Next question. Talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Well, my head hair, I just style like this, typical short shaved on the side and the back and long on the front. I actually just cut my hair myself the other day because it was getting long in the back and it looks kind of nasty when it gets like that. And I'm a poor college student, so I don't have the funds to get my own haircut, but thankfully I have like a little shaving kit. So I cut my own hair, which I think I did a pretty good job of, if I do say so myself. Do you have facial hair? I don't have facial hair yet. I just recently shaved because of No Shave November, and my skin is kind of like rough around here. It's getting like a little bristly, but I haven't had any like black thick hairs show up yet. Just like fine little like clear hairs, but they're like thick clear hairs. They're not like peach fuzz. They're like just enough to be a little bit rough. So no, I don't have facial hair yet, but it comes and goes, I guess. What do you choose to shave or choose not to shave? Okay, like on my body? Okay. I don't really shave anything anymore except for my face. I don't shave my armpits, I don't shave my legs. I do shave my private area, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Question 5. Talk about. Wow, my handwriting. Okay, talk about cosmetics. Do you wear makeup? No. Do you paint your nails? No. What type of soaps and/or perfumes do you use, if any? Okay. Let's take a trip to my shower. The soap I use right now is just this like Alpine Extreme stuff. It was really cheap at Walmart. It was just like the cheapest soap I could find. I usually use like Dial men's or Dove men's, because that keeps your skin like hydrated, especially in the winter, which is nice. And then the shampoo I use, Aussie Men. It smells really good. It lasts you a long time because it's a big bottle. The perfumes I use, I don't really use perfume. I use cologne. I have Gucci, which is my go-to. Gucci made to measure. I have my Burberry, which is almost out, and I do have Versace, but I don't know where that is. I think I left it at home. And then my deodorant is just men's degree dry protection. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, no, I don't really use any cosmetics like on my face. So that's that. Have you experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? Really, ever since. Okay, this is a kind of weird question, but ever since I've been identifying as trans, no, I haven't been misgendered because ever since I started presenting myself as a male back when I was 8, I was technically misgendered as a guy because then I was presenting myself as a male, but I didn't want to necessarily be male. So people in public would always call me sir or young man, and my mom would correct them because then I was still presenting myself as a female. So I mean, ever since I got my haircut and started wearing men's clothes up to the point where I started calling myself trans, then yes, I guess you could say I've been misgendered, but kind of in the opposite way. But ever since I've been identifying as trans, no, I haven't been misgendered. I pretty much passed pretty well, considering I'm passing at college as male for everything. So that's the short, long answer to that question. Do you experience dysphoria? How does that affect you? I've only been experiencing dysphoria pretty much since I've been on testosterone, which is kind of opposite. A lot of people experience dysphoria before they get on testosterone, and then the testosterone kind of helps them through that. But before I was on testosterone, I didn't really have any expectations for my body as being more or less masculine than what it was. But ever since I've been on testosterone, I kind of have more expectations for it to look more masculine and more masculine. And when it doesn't, that's when I get dysphoric. I'll start wearing baggy clothing, stuff like that, just to make my bodily shape less noticeable. So I mean, yeah, I do experience dysphoria more so than I probably have at any other time, but it's a process. Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Yes. Would you want to carry a child if that were an option for you? I don't think I could carry a child myself. I don't think I could. I would want to be able to go through that. If I wasn't trans, then I would carry a child. But I just don't. It would cause way too much dysphoria for me. It would be way too hard to go through. Do you want to be the primary caretaker? Do you want to be the primary caretaker for any child you may have? Yes. My plan for children kind of is to harvest my own eggs and then have the whole artificial insemination thing where you put sperm from someone else and then my eggs in a petri dish and then it creates a baby and then you put it in a surrogate mother and then she has the baby for you. That's kind of what I'm going for. If that's not possible, then I'll probably adopt and I'll have no problem with that. Talk about money. Is it important for you to be able to provide for a family financially? Yes. If I choose to have one, yeah. I feel whenever I have a family, it's really important for me to be able to support my family and be the backbone for my family and financially and emotionally and all that stuff. Is it important for you to earn more than any partner you may have? No. my partner makes more than me, great. That's just more money for the both of us. But I don't really see financial like gain from either side as being competition. I think that's where a lot of relationships fall apart, is with money. So I'll do my best to make sure that that doesn't get in the way of any future relationships that I may have. Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? Yes and no, because I'm kind of a mooch. Like, if we're going out somewhere and I don't have money and people are like, oh, you want to go to Taco Bell or whatever, and I'll be like, oh yeah, sure, let's go, but I don't have any money, and they'll be like, oh, I'll pay for you. And at first I'm like, are you sure? Like, are you positive? Like, thanks and all that stuff, and they just end up paying for me anyways, and then I owe them later, so it's not really like there's like a issue there. Last question, anything else you want to share about your experience with gender? Sure. I mean, when I was younger, I knew that I obviously wasn't happy with my gender and my body. They didn't match up. Like I said, I was always kind of presenting myself as male even before I knew what being trans was. So, I mean, it felt like I kind of belonged somewhere whenever I figured out that other people were just like me, and there was a term for what was going on with me, and that I was trans, and that there were things that could be done to help me with how I was feeling, and just knowing that I wasn't alone in the process, and that there was a way for me to be happier with my body, was good to know. So, alright, that's the gender tag for you. This is a very long video. Sorry about that, but so yeah, if you have any questions about gender expression in general, my experience with gender, or the gender tag in general, I'll leave the link for that below. But yeah, leave a comment if you have any questions. So I will see you guys next Friday.